It's time for the last section of this chapter, inverse functions. Okay, so now what is inverse function? I'm just telling you. Let f be a function, then the inverse function of f is denoted by f inverse. Okay, that's like not power. That one means inverse. Okay, so that's reserved notation for inverse. Just remember that. Okay, so in your SPM there is nothing like f to the power of -1. This one means inverse. Okay, so f inverse, sometimes it exists, sometimes it is not. So it exists if f is 1-to-1 function. Okay, so this one is slightly harder. So this one you don't need to know. In fact, in SPM, what you need to know is just to find x, find y, and find f of y, and so on. Okay, you're just finding values. These like theoretical stuff you won't be learning. Okay, so next, for example, I just illustrate what does it mean by an inverse. Let's say f maps 1 to 7, then if f1 equals 7, correct? Then if you have inverse, then it means what? F inverse of 7, you get 1. So inverse, right, this way. Okay, this is f, then this side is f inverse. Okay, if exists. Okay, so next, f3 is equal to 1. Then what can you say? F inverse of -1 will be 3. Okay, I tell you one situation where inverse does not exist. Okay, okay, let's say here this is f. Let's say fx is equals to x squared. Okay, so now left hand side I have 1, left hand side I have -1. 1 here will map to 1. Okay, -1 here will also map to 1. Why? Because -1, if you square it, it becomes 1. So now you are saying that f1 is equal to 1. So supposingly f inverse of 1, it is equals to 1, and f inverse of 1 is also equals to -1. How can it be? How could it be? Okay, why cannot? Okay, you see, you have one value mapped to two values. Is it possible to be a function? I say it's a gun, right? No bullets left unused, right? Okay, every bullet must shoot out, okay, and shoot out to exactly one target only. It's not Plant versus Zombie. One shootout cannot have two. One shootout cannot have two. Okay, that's why inverse doesn't exist for this case. Okay, all right. So that's why I say here, f inverse x is equal to x, f inverse f must be equal to x as well. What does it mean? You see here, f already, then I do inverse again. So f inverse of 1 is still 1, right? Okay, that's why. So and the other way around also the same. So they kind of cancel off each other. Okay, if you think that will help you a bit. Okay, hey. All right, so I'm just saying that. Okay, so just ignore this one first. Throughout the whole course of this one, I'll be teaching you some nonsense. Okay, but you know why I'm doing this one? So that you can relate to how to find things. Okay, so that it's easier for you. Like I have a handbag there, so it's easier to find coins inside and so on. This one also. Okay, so how do you find inverse? Inverse, right? Inverse means, okay, relate. Inverse means go back in time. Go back in time means let you find your x, meaning that you are letting y and you have to find x. Okay, I'll show you how. Okay, I put it one side here and move it up here. Then, okay, so I'm going to let y equals to this one. Then I find my x, okay, my x. No lah, my x. I don't have an x. Okay, so now I have this one. Then what I do? Find x, meaning that I need to move here, move there, move here, move there to get x on one side. Now y is on one side. I need to move it over, then move it over, then divide by 3. Then I get this one. I found my x. Oops, I don't have an x. Okay, so right. So what do? If you found this one, you just write f inverse of x is equal to 6x plus 1 divided by 3. Done, I'm done. So it's just that simple. Finding inverse is let you find your x, even you don't have one. Okay, so that's simple. Okay, right, see you. Not see you, what the heck? You are still gonna be here. Okay, so let's do something. Okay, I'm just gonna verify this for you. Okay, what I have done is correct. Okay, so just now I have my answer. Okay, I put it here first. This is the question. Then answers is here. Okay, answers is here. Okay, I just checking this. Okay, verify. We see that if F1, we sub it in, you get 103, right? Okay. Now, in order for this F inverse to be correct, what has to happen? You have to put what? 103 here, and you get answer should be 1. Okay, 1. F inverse of this one, you get this one, right? That's the definition of inverse, right? Okay, let's see. When we sub in x equals to 103 into F inverse, okay, sub into here. Now what we get? I have that whole thing. Eventually, it shows me that it's equals to 1. Does it make sense? Yes, it makes sense. F inverse of this one, you get back this one. That's why it's called inverse. Okay, so I'm not bluffing. So it's correct. Okay? Yes. So F1 is equal to this one, and F inverse of this one must be equal to 1. Right? Satisfied? Easiest class ever. Okay. This is only for you to check your answer in your exam if you have time. Let's say if you are checking for fx and f inverse of x, what do you need to do? You just do something like this. F, then you do f inverse of x. That must give you x. Or the other way around, you do this side also can. Okay, both ways works if you have time. Okay, if you have time, then you check your answer. It's always good. Next, finding inverse of a value. So this one I can use the stupid way, means that use the normal way that you find your x. Okay, so find h inverse of x. I want to find h inverse of a number 3. So I can find h inverse of x first, then I substitute 3 into here, then I get my h inverse of 3. That's my method 1. So I'll solve it for you first. Let you find x. Let you find your x. Okay, so you get this one, you get this one. Simple, just like 2 lines. Okay. Next, I teach you how to do it in another way. Okay, so this one is very simple. You get h inverse of x, right? You want h inverse of 3, sub 3 in, get your answer. Okay, that's your answer. Okay. Second, okay, second method. So this one, you might need to think about it and see why am I doing this one. Okay, so this one is something related to the previous one, but you can just treat it as the independent of. Okay, see whether you can relate or not. Okay, method 2, I need to let u equals to h inverse of 3. This is the thing that I want to find. The thing that I want to find, my eventual goal. I let it be u. Okay, if u is this one, then can you see that hu is equal to 3. If u is equal to f inverse of 5, then what is f of u? It's just going to be equal to 5. Okay, that's the same idea. Okay, alright, so hu is equal to 3. What's hu? Sub u into here, then I get 3u plus 9 is equal to 3. Okay, then what I do? I want to just find u, move the 9 over and divide by 3, I get u. Hey, why am I finding u? Because I find u is my final answer. That's simple. And I get u, h inverse of 3, which is -2. My answer. Okay? If you find that this method is simpler for you, and then definitely you use this. Okay? If not, then you find the function and sub it back. It's just slightly longer, not too much. Okay? Both also okay. Yeah, as long as you are comfortable. Right? Next, these kind of things is something that possible to be in your SPM. Why? Because you're finding some values like m and n and so on. Okay, okay. So this is possible. Okay, so now I want to find m and n. This is very easy because you are finding inverse of f only. Okay, let's do it. Pause the video and try this. Okay. All right, let's do it. What do you do? Let u and find x. Let u find your x. Okay, x is equals to y plus 7 divided by 2. So what I do? I just write f inverse of x, change this one to be x. Okay, then I'm done. So this one is equals to this one. Okay, I want to compare coefficient, right? I want to compare coefficient so that I can find m and find n. So you see, coefficient of x is m here. Coefficient of x is 1 over 2 here. So 1 over 2 will be equals to your m. And how about this side? This side and this side. Oh, 7 over 2 is equal to n over 2. So n is 7 lah. Okay, so get this one, compare with this one. You write nicely so that you can compare easily. Okay, compare. Then m is half and n is 7. Very good. One more challenge. Okay, easy one. And you shall not pass. Okay, next, what we do? Pause the video and try this yourself. Okay, let's do it. Okay, I'll solve it now. F inverse of x is equals to, what do you have to do first? You don't even have f inverse, so you got to find f inverse. So let you find your x. So find your x, and f inverse of x is directly equal to this thing. Replace the y to be equal to x, then you get your answer. And f inverse of x is equal to f inverse bracket x. That whole thing, put it here. Then this whole thing, put it here, which is here. Then you get this one, and you get this one, and you get, wait, is it x? Are you surprised? No, you are not. Why? Because f inverse, of course you get x, right? Okay, we have done this before. Of course it is. You recall that we have f inverse of x will be equal to x. F inverse of f of x is equals to x. And that's it, simple. Okay, this is slightly more difficult, okay? So now don't don't get confused. This is gf first, then the whole thing as a function, you take the inverse. Okay, this one, first step, you find gfx first. Okay, because you can treat this whole thing as h. H is equal to gf. You want to find what? Gf inverse means h inverse. Okay, that's simple. So find gfx first, then step 2, find the inverse of gf. Okay, now first of all, I want to find this one. So gfx is equal to g bracket fx. Fx, throw it in. Oh, typo, this is x, okay? This is x, x plus 5. Okay, just now was correct, okay? Right, so now g of 2x plus 3 means you sub this thing into here. So I'll get 2x minus 3, then plus 5. Then eventually I'll get 2x plus 2. Okay, so I get my function for gfx. What do I do next? Okay, that's my function. Then I want to find the inverse of this thing. So I don't care about this one first. Okay, I let you find your x. Okay, let you y equals to 2x plus 2. Then you find x equals to y minus 2 divided by 2. Then you're done. Then you directly write that thing inverse is equals to x. This one changed to x minus 2 divided by 2. Okay, then this is your answer. Okay, there's one common mistake here, that you thought you don't write the bracket is okay, but it's totally not okay, because this one means what? This one means after you composite g and f, then you take the inverse of it. This one means what? You are compositing g and f inverse. So these two are different, totally different. Just check this one and this one. They are not the same. Okay, be very careful. Okay, so this is the last thing that I'm going to say. Okay, so do more practice and you should be fine with this chapter. And I'll see you in the next chapter. See you.